It's the middle of the work week. It is Wednesday, the 22nd day of October, 2025. I am Dan Coons. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Here we go. Thanks for starting your day with us. Hopefully you ended your day with us. And then we all got a good night's sleep. It is a little cool. It is 39 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. Ellensburg is at 27. It's pretty chilly. Nice looking day today. We're going to do it all over again, kind of like Tuesday. Right around 60, bountiful sunshine. There's still some pockets of some low clouds and fog in some locations in our viewing area. It'll burn off pretty rapidly once the sun gets the job done. So weather pretty benign today. Most of Thursday, pretty quiet. And then things start changing. Thursday night, big system starts barreling in. Snow level's going to gradually drop. We could even get a little bit of light snow right here in the valley early Monday morning. The passes, by the way, are going to get pretty hammered with snow over the weekend. Good news for ski resorts, bad news for drivers. A very active weather pattern for the weekend. We'll talk about that. There's a lot of news to get to. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. They spit out some news for us. We'll have that for you. That's an idiom, a metaphor. We don't actually spit out the news. There'd be saliva all over the newsroom. We don't really want that. In the back half of the program, Sarah Baum, who's become a regular guest around here. She's the marketing and events coordinator for the Wenatchee World because the big Wenatchee Wine and Food Fest is coming up on November 8th. You don't want to miss that. We'll hear from Sarah. Mike Minardi's got a brand new opinion you've never seen. And we'll have sports, not including Kraken highlights. Inside joke. Let's do our tour at 2 minutes after the hour. It looks something like this at exactly 1/2 hour before sunrise. So we're not quite there yet, but there's enough ambient light so we can see what we're doing. And that, I believe, is, I think that's Dover, Delaware. Nope, I'm being told that's actually the Wenatchee Valley. I was born and raised here. You'd think I'd know that by now. Nice morning this morning. Yeah, sunrise isn't for another half hour or so. Sunset tonight before 6 now, 5:59. 10 hours and 29 minutes. You can definitely tell the days are getting shorter. Yesterday's high, by the way, 60, normal 57. It was a little bit warmer than normal. Let's see what Tucker has in store for us. I don't know. He didn't tell me, so we're going to fly by the seat of our pants. The Orondo Rock camera chimes in. There's Turtle Rock way off into the distance. Mission Ridge has got some snow. Traffic is going smoothly. Lake Aniat, it's also known as the Columbia River. Of course, when they put in Rocky Reach Dam, the original town of Aniat, they had to move the whole town had to move because it was going to be under, 25, 30 feet of water. So they moved Aniat when they put in Rocky Reach Dam because of the reservoir behind the dam. And to make it up for destroying the town, they named the reservoir after Aniat. I don't know if that was an even trade or not. Camera number 3. Yeah, the third one, Captain. There we go. That looks to be Stein, I want to say. Stein Hill pointed up towards the upper valley. I'm thinking that's what I'm looking at there. Dryden, Peshastin off in the distance. Can't see Leavenworth. I'm pretty sure that's Stein Hill. So good morning to those folks. High atop Stein Hill. A lot of and Tucker's going to move the camera. There's Alala Canyon. And we're going to move all the way to the Peshastin Pinnacles, I think. This is cool. I like when he does this, although I'm kind of nauseous. And there we are pointed towards the Wenatchee Valley proper. That's cool. Keep doing that, Tucker. Let's just do that for the rest of the show. Well, maybe not. And our fourth camera. Our fourth camera is a slow dissolve to, wow. Hello, Lake Wenatchee, our Nanapoc Ridge camera. I mentioned there's some low clouds and fog. There you go. Again, the sun will get up. It'll climb higher in the sky. That'll all burn off. It'll be a beautiful day up there in Lake Wenatchee, but right now you can't see the lake. I am being told that it is, of course, still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. You just can't see it. National Weather Service sent this cool little slide, and so here you go. This shows what's going to be happening. Here's a good graphic example of what's going to be happening over the weekend. Low pressure moves into the region, and lots of precipitation for everybody. Snow levels will be above the pass level on Friday, but it's going to fall to about 4,500 feet on Saturday and below 4,000 feet on Sunday. Stevens Pass is expected to get pretty hard with quite a bunch of snow once the snow levels start dropping on Saturday mid-morning or so. And some lowland areas in our viewing area can get their first round of some wintry precipitation on Monday morning. Oh, I don't know why my voice did that. From our friends at Colonial Vista, here's your forecast. Sunshine today. High of 59, pretty much what's happened the last couple of days. Just a couple of clouds, and they'll be burning off in some locations. There's not a cloud to be had right now in the valley. It's a beautiful morning. 42 for the overnight low tonight, clear skies. Most of the day, we're going to see some sunshine on Thursday. I don't know why it says Tuesday through Monday. It is not Tuesday. It is Wednesday. I cannot stress that enough, people. Don't let that confuse you on your calendar. Like, oh, I missed my dental appointment. That's not the case. Thursday night, the clouds start rolling in, and then here we go. Friday, 70% chance of rain. Friday night, 80% chance of rain. Saturday, 80% chance of rain. 50% chance of rain Saturday night. 50% chance of rain on Sunday. Snow level Sunday, 3,200 feet. Snow level Sunday night, 2,700 feet. Eventually on Monday, dropping down to 2,500 feet, where the Wenatchee River, where the Columbia River flows through the Wenatchee Valley, basically between the two dams, is about 700 feet above sea level. So there's something you can kind of give a general idea of what we're in for. We are in for some pretty interesting weather once Thursday night comes around. We're going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to have a very stern and sober conversation with my producer, and then we'll do the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. I've been helping people for nearly a decade understand their Medicare options. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand coverage options so you can feel confident in your Medicare decision. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or see me at my office in Wenatchee with easy parking and entrance.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
You won't be voting for Congress or the presidency this year, but local elections are the place where your voice can make the most difference. Wenatchee Valley candidates are lining up to serve on city councils and school boards on both sides of the Columbia River. NCW Life put all of them in the hot seat so you can find the ones who represent you the best. Watch our interviews at these times and dates right here on our channel or anytime online at ncwlife.com. You're watching the NCW Life channel. Your vote matters to us.
It is 39 degrees here in the Wenatchee Valley. We'll get up to right around 60, what we've been getting to the last couple of days. Bountiful sunshine today. We start seeing a few high clouds begin to move in on Thursday afternoon. And then here comes the rain again Friday night, right through the weekend and spilling right on into Monday. It's going to be a wet weekend. It's 9 minutes after the hour. A Bridgeport woman is dead following a two-car head-on accident yesterday afternoon on Highway 97, 1 mile north of the BB Bridge. The Washington State Patrol says that 42-year-old Macaria Ambrose Espino was driving a 2007 Hyundai Sonata northbound when a southbound Ford 350 pickup crossed the center line and struck the Hyundai. Ambrose Espino was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the pickup, 52-year-old Wayne Hensley of East Wenatchee, was taken to Lake Chelan Medical Center with unknown injuries. Yesterday's accident occurred at almost the exact same location as Saturday's two-car collision that hospitalized 6 people. Warnings about possible gunfire incident on Friday led to East Wenatchee police making about 3 arrests. No shots were fired, but bystanders called at about 5:15 Friday night to report seeing 2 groups of people exchanging gang signs in the area of East Mock Community Park. The suspects left the area. Police arrived. Then they couldn't find them, so they took a look for them. And city police and Douglas County Sheriff's deputies later stopped their vehicle near the intersection of 9th Street and Valley Mall Parkway. 2 occupants, ages 16 and 17, were allegedly carrying concealed firearms. The 19-year-old driver was arrested on suspicion of driving on a suspended license and making false statements to the police. The juveniles face likely weapons charges in Douglas County Juvenile Court. Police say one of the recovered firearms had been reported stolen in Grant County. A Wenatchee man faces likely prison term of almost 10 years after pleading guilty this week to 6 crimes against a child. Wenatchee police arrested 41-year-old Juan Antonio Silva in January of last year on suspicion of molesting a disabled teenage victim. He was discovered in the act by a family member who reported the crime. Silva was initially charged with 9 felony counts, entered a plea on Monday to 4 of them, including 3rd-degree child rape, 3rd-degree child molestation, and voyeurism. Chelan County Judge Kristen Ferreira ordered Silva to undergo a pre-sentence investigation, assessing his background and circumstances before she imposes the sentence. Prosecutors are proposing that he spend 116 months in prison and 3 years on supervised release and have no contact with the victim or witness for at least 10 years. The nonprofit aid organization Serve Wenatchee Valley is temporarily relocating to a new site in East Wenatchee. A flood from a broken water line on October 7th forced the agency out of its offices on Orondo Avenue, which was also the home of its Fresh Hope Market, where it provides food for the underserved. Executive Director Mike Malman announced yesterday Serve Wenatchee will move, effective October 27th, to the former Trinity United Methodist Church at 850 North James Street in East Wenatchee. Malman says the borrowed building will host all of the services normally provided at their Orondo Avenue location, including its food bank, rental assistance, and client intake. Serve Wenatchee still plans to hold its Coats for Kids event this Saturday, in the Wenatchee Albertsons parking lot. It'll be from 10 to 2. They'll be collecting new and gently used coats for low-income children in grades kindergarten through 12. Of course, Saturday is Make a Difference Day. After more than 3 years of helping Ukrainian refugees resettle in north central Washington, Friends of Ukraine Refugees is closing its doors. The nonprofit announced on Monday that it's accomplished its mission after providing housing, food, transportation, and medical care to families displaced by Russia's war on Ukraine, which has been going on now for 3 years. The group helped secure more than $900,000 in combined state and private funding to support refugees across Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties. Nonprofit leaders say most urgent needs have now been met. Although legal aid remains critical, all the agency's remaining funds will be allocated to immigration attorneys assisting families with visa and work status applications. The YWCA of North Central Washington has plans for 2 new buildings, totaling 48 new beds for people struggling with homelessness, as well as offices for its administrative staff. Our media partners at the Wenatchee World reports that the project is split into 2 phases to place people in permanent supportive housing, transitional housing, or emergency housing. The total cost is estimated at somewhere between $14 to $15 million. Rachel Todd is the executive director of the YWCA in our area, and she said the agency has already received $5 million in funding from the State Housing Trust Fund Committee this year, and the Chelan-Douglas Homeless Housing Task Force allocated $700,000. The YWCA has applied for funding through a competitive state grant cycle, but they're not going to know whether it's been awarded until at least December. If the remaining funding is secured, Todd said she hopes to break ground on the project in the spring of 2026. The 2 old buildings where the YWCA is currently located on the corner of 1st Street and Chelan Avenue will be demolished as part of the construction. The city of Quincy's $15.7 million plan to build a new aquatic center at East Park is beginning to come together. The city shared a photo update this week from the construction site. The main contractor made headway this month on the parking lot and footings for the new pool and the multiple water slide complex. The center would also feature a small lazy river and a 5,000 square foot operations and administration building. The existing aquatic center and parking lot are slated to be torn down. The city anticipates opening the new complex in the summer of next year. And in the past year, Eastmont schools have wrestled with multiple issues. They've had 2 failed bond issues. They've tried to pass a construction bond twice. Not a one of them made it to the 60% supermajority. Jason Hines is a first-term incumbent on the Eastmont School Board. Professionally, he's the Workforce Development Manager for the U.S. Forest Service. Kristen Larson is challenging him. She is a city planner for the city of Wenatchee. They both sat down with our news director, Jefferson Robbins.
Why do you want to rejoin the board or remain on the board for another 4 years? What made you decide to run again?
Yeah, what made me decide to run again and to hopefully keep my seat is I think we're moving in the right direction. You know, we just hired a new superintendent about a year and a half ago, so that's good. We have good momentum. We have, you know, renewed energy, and we're moving in the right direction, in my opinion. You know, we just got done approving May of '24 our strategic plan, and over the last year we've had increases in our math, ELA, and science scores.
Those are the positives that you've identified, but there's got to be challenges facing the district. So when you look ahead down the road 4 years at the kind of things that the board is likely to be voting on, what do you think are going to be some of the obstacles facing you?
Yeah, some of the things that I am trying to wrap our heads around and trying to get is attendance right now. We're still trying to rebound, unfortunately, from COVID, of getting kids to school. Right now, we are only about 70% of kids being in school 90% of the time, and so that's something that we need to address. We need to get kids into school, because if they're not there, they're not learning, and that's the big thing. You know, we have an 88% graduation rate right now, which is higher than the state average, which is really good. But we really need to get kids into school and have them learning.
I have been watching the district and our bond, which has failed the last 3 times that it's been put out for a vote. I have 2 kids that attend one of the oldest elementary schools in the district. So the bond that has been put out is for replacement of the 3 aging elementary schools and repairs to Rock Island. So I have concern over the lack of community support in voting for that bond. So I'm hoping that through running I can help bring the community together around supporting our schools, and also to help clarify that when we fail to pass the bond, then the school district is put in the position of doing the maintenance out of their general fund, which starts to take away opportunities from our students.
And the district has long said these are very necessary repairs and upgrades that need to happen. Yes. But there's a 60% supermajority that they need to reach. The voters need to approve that. It's come really close every time. So 59% at the last vote. How do you think the district can get it to 60?
The gap that I'm seeing is a lack of confidence from the community that the money will be spent well. I know that people are also struggling financially with our current economy, and it feels like it's asking for another tax, which the bond wouldn't be a new tax on residents. So reaching all of our voters who haven't been supportive and really finding out why they haven't, so that trust can be earned to help support the bond.
By the way, if you haven't filled out your ballot yet, we have interviews that Jefferson conducted with all of the candidates running in competitive races in the Wenatchee and East Wenatchee area. There are some races that the candidates are running unopposed. You don't really have to make up your mind on that, but if you have to make a choice, you can check out those interviews by going to our website, ncwlife.com, and you can find the news there tonight on ncwlife.com right around 5 o'clock. It's also going to be in our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. It'll be posted at 5:03, I think. I don't know. Don't forget, we're on Roku, we're on Apple, we're on Amazon Fire. We have an app, we have an X, we have an Instagram. We no longer have a commissary because, well, we had to let them go. And if you have a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. If you haven't been paying attention, we have some really good high school girls volleyball and soccer teams in our area, and I'll give you proof positive of that in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Is your yard outdated, overgrown, or just not working for your lifestyle? At Bailey's Pro Landscaping, they specialize in transforming ordinary outdoor spaces into beautiful, low-maintenance landscapes built for Central Washington living. From custom designs to full installation, they bring expertise, creativity, and craftsmanship to every job. Your yard has potential. Start your project with Bailey's Pro Landscaping.
Listen, home upgrades can be expensive, but I've always had that DIY vision. Like controlling my thermostat remotely, or getting instant heat, and upgrading my insulation.
Some upgrades don't need a fresh perspective. With Shalom PUD rebates, it's easy to make energy-efficient upgrades that make your home more comfortable.
22 minutes after the hour, let's do a little sports. Nick Dowd scored, Ryan Leonard scored, Jacob Chikrin scored, and they don't play for the Kraken. Yeah, they play for the Capitals. Capitals defeat the Kraken 4-1 in our nation's capital last night. Jaden Schwartz had the only goal for Seattle, which was on the back end of back-to-back games, the second end of that. So the Kraken lose both in regulation after earning points in each of their first 5 games. They are now 1-2-2 on this road trip. They have 1 game left. That'll be tomorrow night in Winnipeg against the Jets. Well, I mentioned there's a lot of good prep volleyball teams in our area. Here's how they did last night. Wenatchee now improves to 9-0 in league. They swept aside the Moses Lake Mavericks on the road, pretty easy. Eastmont falls to 3-6 in the lead. Davis took care of business there. Chelan ends their regular season at 16-0. That's overall. They defeated Manson last night in Manson. Manson falls to 13-4 on the year, so they're still good. The Trojans are. Cashmere improves to 15-0 in league play as well. That's some pretty good volleyball right there. Prep soccer, the Wenatchee Panther girls soccer team all but clinched another Big 9 title last night with a convincing 4-1 win over Moses Lake at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second to put away the Mavericks. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call right here on the NCW Life channel.
Gross Didier, leaving Thornberry behind. Gross Didier, shot across. Good call. The shot across the ball. Oh, go, 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 go. Goal for the Wenatchee Panthers.
Annie Denimore redirecting that ball into the Panthers to give them a 1-0 lead. Setting up to the corner for the Panthers.
There's the header. What a beaut. What a beaut. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful, beautiful header that time.
Got drawn up really well. The keeper followed the player out of the goal. I didn't see which player it was, but it was posted up right in front of the keeper. And as that ball was coming in, that player stepped away from the goal, and the keeper followed that player as if it were a field player.
On the free kick. No wonder she was complaining. There's a shot inside the box, and the upright says no of the shot by Rebellia.
Henry Char.
There's the shot. A couple of bounces. The shot. Oh my goodness, left-footed effort. Now pushing it upfield. Off to the races, leaving pass one, trying for two. Leaving a gap for the left-footed touch. Go, 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 go!
Number 8, Finley Smith.
Just one of those balls.
Smith.
Just one of those shots that, you know, it comes in and it deceiving. It was moving away from the keeper, but bouncing, and it just really difficult to judge if you're a keeper.
Threading the needle, good combination. Garcia, Gordidia, the shot, and that one sails over the crossbar. A good combination inside the box, the shot, and the upright says no. What an opportunity for Wenatchee. It looked like it was Miss Eastman trying for her first goal of the night, but the upright says no. Inside the box. Good opportunity. Eastman, the shot. Eastman, golazo! Eastman for the Wenatchee Panthers. 15 minutes 32 left in regulation, and Wenatchee begins to run away with this one, Matt Wisen.
That was a great shot. I mean, Mosaic got caught a little ball watching there. I mean, Eastman came pretty open and was able to put a nice shot, but she really found that corner that, I mean, I'm not sure anybody's making that save. They have a good feeling for where the attackers are.
Good opportunity for Moses Lake. Share the shot, and that one sails in. Camry Char for the Moses Lake Mavericks. They bounced back quite well from their lone defeat so far. They lost to West Valley 1-0, and there's the whistle that makes it official. Wenatchee 4, Moses Lake 1.
After the contest, Sebastian had a chance to visit with Berkeley Bulls, Logan Gross-Didier, and the head coach of the Panthers, Ashton Kirkpatrick.
No, yeah, we really wanted this game. We had a tough loss the other day, and we really needed to push for the win. And last time we played Moses, it was a tie to PKs, and I think that really drove us. We cannot let this game go to PKs, and we want to destroy every team in the league.
After coming back from that loss was kind of put us in a spot, but just coming out with a win really helps us throughout the rest of the season. I would say keeping that motivation going into the next couple games against Ike and Eastmont.
Coming off of a loss last week, that was our biggest fear and biggest goal at the same time, is that was a downhill slide. I think the 4 days of just pure sprinting last week woke them up a little bit in response to losing. I really tried to show them how bad practices are if you lose. So they woke up. They did not like that running. But ultimately that's our true selves. We're back to our normal. I think unfortunately took a loss to get that kind of drive, that grit out of them, but that's what we've been seeing in the second half or the last 5 minutes of all the games we've been playing all season.
Wenatchee has a 2-game lead over the Eisenhower Cadets, by the way, with just 3 league games left, so it looks like they're going to be just fine. Panthers improved to 8-1 in league play with the victory, and they are 10-1, by the way, overall. Eastmont is now 6-3. They shut out Davis last night. Congratulations to them. Eastmont is 7-4, by the way, overall. Freda is now 4-4 in league. They beat Grandview. Kashmir improves to 14-1 in league play, and they didn't even have to play. It's a long story. Cascade is now 11-3 overall. They took care of Chelan. Brewster improves to 14-1 overall. Brewster's got a great soccer team, and they beat Manson 11-0. And oh, let me tell you, we got the football on Friday. Yeah, Wenatchee Panthers, just their second and, believe it or not, final home game of the year. A couple games, of course, got smoked out. They had to be moved. No such issues on Friday night. Sunnyside Grizzlies, they leave off the field of the Apple Bowl. It will be raining, probably pretty hard. If you don't want to sit out in the rain, you can watch it right here in stereophonic sound and high-definition television. Brandon Harley and a guy named Grant will call the action, and those are just some of the games that people are playing at 29 minutes after the hour. It is Caps Lock Day, for you who like to use that on your keyboard. It's National Make a Dog's Day. If you feed the dog's usually pretty happy there. National Color Day, Smart is Cool Day. But no, we're not doing any of those. Today is National Nut Day, and we've been eating nuts so long as we've been walking on 2 feet. Essentially, archaeologists have discovered that we've been eating nuts back in the year 50,000 BC. So we've been eating nuts as long as nuts have been around. Of course, they're nutritious, and that helps. It's easy to transport, and it lasts a long time. Some nutty facts about nuts. First of all, I am one. Second of all, cashew shells are toxic. Cashews are not only delicious, but they're good for you. But if you eat the shells, you'll become violently ill. Cashews are actually fruits, too. They're not nuts. Pistachios are actually the seeds of a fruit. Which fruit, they didn't tell me. The ancient Greeks turned coughs, they treated coughs, if you had a cough, with hazelnuts. Whether it worked or not, I don't know. Almonds have potential prebiotic proteins in them. That's good. 1 serving of walnuts will give you all of your daily omega-3 requirements, but it doesn't tell me what a serving of walnuts is. 1 serving of chestnuts will give you 20% of your daily vitamin C requirements. And chocolate manufacturers buy 40% of the world's almond supply. Have a nut today. I know a number of them, and they work in this very building. I'm not supposed to editorialize. Today in history, everybody turned out in Paris on this date in 1797. It was no secret. This guy was going to do something absolutely nuts. He was going to go up in a balloon to about 3,200 feet and then jump out of it in a parachute. André Jacques Jeannin does it. The very first recorded parachute jump. It brought huge crowds. It was big publicity. It was all over social media there in Paris in 1797. They all showed up to see some guy die, because that's, he didn't die. He didn't float as softly to the ground as he thought he would, but he was fine, and he said, look what I just did. The very first recorded parachute jump happened in Paris on this date 228 years ago today. October 22nd, 1884, we talked about this about a week ago. It was 141 years ago that the Royal Observatory in Great Britain is formally adopted as the prime meridian of longitude by the International Meridian Conference. We talked about this before. The equator is one part, and they had to figure out where the other one was going to be, and they said it's going to be the Royal Observatory in Britain. France was so mad that they didn't put it in Paris that they wouldn't even recognize Greenwich Mean Time for 30 more years. Now that's holding a grudge, but it's the French and it's the Brits, and that's what you expect. And on this day, 1962, Kennedy decided it was time to tell the American people and the rest of the world what I've known for about 4 or 5 days. He goes on national television. He consulted with Harry Truman and Dwight Eisenhower. What do you think I should do? And then he goes on national TV, and JFK says that American reconnaissance planes have discovered Soviet nuclear weapons in Cuba, and that he had ordered a naval quarantine all around Cuba to prevent the Soviets from bringing in any more. And the Cuban Missile Crisis became public. Birthdays. At 33 after the hour, Curly Howard, one of the Three Stooges, was born this date in 1903. I have this. I got this as a gift years ago. It was all Three Stooges, Larry, Moe, and Curly, but if you hit the little head there, they made a little noise. Well, 2 of the dogs got a hold of Larry and Moe and tore them to shreds. I was able to save Curly, though, so I still have Curly. He was born this date in 1903. Christopher Lloyd, Taxi, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and of course, all of the Back to the Future movies. He's 87 years old today. Happy 87th to Christopher Lloyd. My favorite self-help guy. I don't know if he actually called himself that. Deepak Chopra, the Indian-American physician and author of The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a good read. He's 79 years old today. And Ichiro, Baseball Hall of Famer Ichiro. It's fun to say that. He's 52. Seize the moment. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. Good folks. Like to have them on board. A brand new opinion from Mike Mad Dog Minotti on the way. Another edition of Pause for Pets is on the way, and Sarah Baum will be my guest to talk about the Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival coming up November 8th. All coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi everyone, my name is Haley and I'm the foster care coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and with me today is Phoebe. I love Phoebe, she's so sweet. When I'm sitting down at the front desk here, she will hang out on my lap, she'll also climb up and perch on my shoulder. She's just very affectionate and is honestly very handleable, which is really great for a young bunny. She's just the sweetest little love. If you guys come down to visit her, you will notice that she has a little shaved area. When she came in, she had a couple of abscesses that our vet team were able to drain. So now she's on the road to recovery. Here at the shelter, we've been working on getting her litter box trained. She is doing better with it. She is going potty at least next to the litter box. Instead of all over her kennel like some rabbits can do. So she's getting there. She's learning, she's growing. She is potentially a Polish rabbit. And we think that she's about 10 months old. And she's already been fixed by our vet team here. So no risk of having future babies. She is of an age where she could be introduced to other rabbits in the home and potentially make new bunny friends. If you want her to be a single bunny, I'm sure she'd be fine with that too. She is very sweet and loves hanging out with people. There are times when I'll be petting her little head and I can see her eyes close and she just almost falls asleep in my arms. She's just so precious. I think she'd be a good first-time rabbit for children that want to get into rabbits, or you know, people who have had rabbit experience. She seems pretty easy from what I've seen. Like, I go up to her kennel door and she'll come up and put her little nose through it and, you know, say hi. And she's just a sweet little girl. I think there's a good possibility with her being younger and already being spayed. It's a better possibility for her to be co-housed with a rabbit through proper introduction. She came in as a stray. Yeah, she got brought in by a member of the public and she sat her stray hold with us. No one picked her up, but she has done well here. And then when she became ours, we were able to fix up that abscess and get her spayed. I don't think she's a wild rabbit. She's been very social from the get-go. And I think at one time she might have had a home, but right now she's just waiting for her new forever one. Yeah, if you want to come see Phoebe, you can come on down to our shelter. We're open every day except for Wednesday, and our hours of operation are 12:30 to 6. And you can come on in, ask to see Phoebe, and a front desk staff will point you in the right direction.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
I love my home, and I'm always looking for some clever ways to make things more comfy around here. Okay.
Daddy, what are you doing?
Turns out stuffed animals don't have much R value.
Home upgrades don't need to be unbearable. With Chelam PUD rebates, you can insulate your home the right way, making your home very comfy.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I guess it's ironic to say our great leader's attack on free speech leaves me speechless. Well, not quite. And no, do not tell me this isn't what's happening. If that man's ego and deluded self-perception is so weak and fragile that he has to bully into silence people who poke legitimate fun at him and then be gleeful about it, what does this say about our country? And that there are many who accept and approve of that man's violation of our constitutional rights to free speech. That's even worse. What is happening to us? Is this America, people? This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel.
Welcome back to the program. Sarah is here, which means something is going on. Sarah Baum is the marketing and events coordinator for the Wenatchee World, our sister cousins, sisters. How do you want to put? What's the relationship between
sisters?
Sisters?
Sisters.
I guess you would be the older sister. I mean, the world, having been around for a century, would be the older.
I'll take the older sister.
Okay, and we're just 10 years old, so.
Well, you look like it, Dan.
I thank you very much.
You look very good today.
I sleep in a, thank you, I sleep in a jar of formaldehyde every night. Keeps the aging process at bay.
I'll have to try that.
You should try that.
Getting to that point.
Of course, the last time I did that, I drank myself down to just below my neck, so that didn't work out too good. Two things we want to talk about. One is a little more timely than the other. First of all, November 8th. Circle that. We'll get into that in more detail. But first things first, this Saturday is Make a Difference Day for the 26th year, I want to say.
35th year.
35th, see?
35th year.
35th year of Make a Difference Day. Used to be in February. The whole thing started on a leap year. I remember it was like February 29th of some year back in the 90s, and they said, well, we have the extra day, Make a Difference Day. It was a USA Today national promotion. We won the big award here in the Wenatchee Valley, and by we, I mean me, and I participated. And now it's always been in late October, and once again, no lack of things to do around here. The Wenatchee World and us are teaming up once again with Apple Valley Honda and Serve Wenatchee Valley and Albertsons. Tell us all that good gooey stuff, Sarah.
So we will be at Albertsons parking lot this coming Saturday from 10 to 2, and bring out any gently used new kids coats, adult sizes for teenagers. We need lots of those. And you can also go on to Serve Wenatchee's website if you can't get out this weekend and donate online.
And drop boxes, including in the lobby of your building.
There's one at the Wenatchee World building at 14 North Mission, and then there's one in East Wenatchee at Apple Valley Honda.
I was talking to our mutual friend Mike Malman, Chief Hope Officer for Serve Wenatchee Valley. They've had a tough go of it, lately with the flood and all that stuff.
I know they have.
He said there's a specific need for adult coats. People kind of have a tendency to overlook that.
They do.
A little bit, but adult coats are just as important as kids' coats. For one thing, once you're an adult, you have a tendency not to grow out of a coat, but kids do.
Kids do, and kids are bigger these days, and unfortunately, the need runs into high school, young adult ages as well. So bring out those coats too, gently used, definitely. Bring them on out.
Bring them on out.
Gloves, hats, scarves.
Yep. All that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Yep. Sarah will be there with her smiling face.
I will.
To get you through that. Again, that Saturday. It starts at 10 o'clock. They're going to be there earlier if you say, hey, I got something to do at 10. My guess is if you show up about 9:15, they'll take your coat anyway.
Thanks. I'll be there at 9:15 now.
Apple Valley Honda on board again. They don't have to, but they're doing it.
Yep. They've been a long-standing supporter of this this day for a long time. So thank you, Apple Valley Honda, Todd and his crew, for being a big supporter of this.
And then everybody gets dressed up to the nines on Saturday, November 8th for the Wine and Food Festival.
Yes.
Which is back a little bit later than normal. It used to be in August.
Used to be in August.
Now it's in November because
wineries nowadays have so many of their own events and so many other things throughout the summers at their venues that are beautiful and amazing. Plus they have harvest season in August, which is still going on into now. And we really want to continue to honor these wineries and this industry. So we decided to move it to November this year.
So more wineries can participate. They
more
don't have to worry
wineries,
about
more
harvest
food.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And it's been great response so far, just from the date change.
And it is remarkable the quality of wine that is produced in North Central Washington. It's not just wine, it's really good wine.
It's really, really good wine. Plain Cellars was our best of show this year, and they really brought it. They always do with their wine. Chelan Cellars, Solvara. They're just they bring really great wines year after year.
And they have experts who know what they're doing.
They do.
And that helps a lot. And everybody, each winery has kind of a special vintage, a special kind of wine.
They do.
Some specialize in Merlot, some do Cabs, some do
Syrah.
Syrahs, yep.
Some do more of a desserty type wine, and it's an all-around great industry. It's fun to learn about. It's fun to come out and taste all the amazing wines, talk to the winemakers, and sample some of the great food that we have in our valley too.
You gotta have, if you're gonna have wine, you gotta have food.
Gotta have food.
So who's on now? The last time I talked to you, you almost had all the restaurants booked out and ready to go. Is that still?
Yep. Still do. We have Atlas Fair. They're going to be there this year.
Way to go for the Rajahasa Hodaheats.
I know.
I always tell Top one of these days I'll learn how to pronounce his last name.
I'm just excited that they're going to be there this year and bring his amazing recipes. We have Miller Street Catering back. They haven't been there for a few years. Ina's Cuisine, of course, she's going to be there again. Touch of Soul is going to be there. I don't know if he's bringing his gator bites or not, but anything he makes is amazing. So we also have Lavender Boutique is coming. D'Olivo is going to be there again. Who else? I know I'm leaving a bunch of people out.
Bruce.
I know.
You got some heavy hitters. This isn't McDonald's and KFC. Nothing against McDonald's and KFC, but this is the stuff that you want to.
It is. I have a few spots left for certain appetizers, heavy, light, but we're being very, very selective on who we're bringing to the festival this year, and we're really trying to elevate the experience and make it the best yet. It's 15 years. We have to go big.
I am an idiot when it comes to pairing food with wine, but you have people who know what they're doing.
We have people who know what they're doing.
Helps.
Yes. So with Top, Atlas Fair, Miller Street Catering, they have Visconti's. So Dan Carr is really big into the wine industry. So they're really good with pairings, and we're going to be particular about who we put next to each other, why we're putting them there. So yeah, it's going to be a really good festival. Hopefully some on-site pairings that people can witness and all that good stuff.
And you bring in people from this brings in people from out of town. Some people make the weekend of it. They get a room here in town, and they enjoy themselves all day on Saturday.
All day on Saturday. We open at 5. We'll go till 8:15. And you can purchase some of the wines that you're tasting from the wineries, and it's just going to be a fun event.
Now, is the judging already done?
It is.
And they know who's won what?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, yes.
And so that way, when you're buying an award-winning bottle of wine, you're actually getting an award-winning bottle of wine by people who know what they're doing.
By people who know what they're doing.
I've known Barb for a long, long time. And of course, Rick from The World was there forever. So these are serious people about tasting
Chateau
wine.
Fairlepont is going to be there again this year, and they're also bringing some of their food. So they're going to bring wine and food. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it used to be the VIP package. Now everyone's a VIP.
Everybody's
Even
VIP.
if you're not a very important person. Talk about that.
Everybody's very important people. So this year, everything is VIP, so all the attendees will get a VIP bag with a double gold bottle of wine. Not going to say who it's from yet. And then you get a commemorative glass. And it's just a fun time. You get to sample 20 different wineries and 15 different food vendors. And
I'm all for that.
Me too.
Used to be at the Town Toyota Center. Two problems with that. Number one, it's still cold because they just put the stuff right on top of the ice.
They do.
So you're going to be in a much more cozy, more comfortable environment this time.
We're at the convention center. With the date move, the Wenatchee Wild are in full swing, so go wild. They even play this weekend. So we'll be at the convention center upstairs in the grand ballroom, and the new build should be done by then. So we should be out into the fountain lobby as well.
How much time have you put into this, Sarah? Because this is your events and marketing, so that you do 35 under 100, and you do the world's best and the world's second best, and you do Coats for Kids, and you're doing this, and then
Best of Preps,
yeah.
Athlete of the Week.
You're not bored, are you?
No, no. This is our last large event that we have of the year, though.
So let's buy tickets to the Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival. Foothills Magazine, of course, puts it on. And can you still get the Foothills Magazine from a couple of months ago where they had the wine issue?
You can.
It's still out there?
Yep. We'll also have them at the event in large numbers because, again, the festival is to celebrate the winemakers, the industries, and the awards.
It is, again, Saturday, November 8th. For tickets, here is Sarah Baum.
Go to WenatcheeWineandFood.com and click Buy Tickets, and let's sell this event out. Let's make it the best event yet.
And if you dig around too much, we were joking off camera that the Wenatchee Valley is a last-second town.
They are.
This is not the kind of thing you're going to get up on Saturday the 8th and say, what do you want to do tonight, honey? That doesn't work that way. You got to get your tickets in advance.
You want to plan. You want to get your tickets in advance. If you're coming from out of town, book your hotel room. We do have block of rooms next door at the Coast Center Hotel.
All you got to do is walk across the bridge.
Walk across the bridge. So come on out. Make a full night of it, and let's have fun.
It's Sarah Baum, her energy drink, and her orchestra. Make a Difference Day on Saturday the 25th. That's this Saturday. Be at the Albertsons parking lot. Bring off that coat for Coats for Kids or adults. And then, of course, Saturday, the 8th day of November, it is the big Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival.
Hope you're going to be there.
Saturday the 8th, I'll have to talk to my parole officer.
Okay. Well, just let me know. I'm happy to talk to them and get your approval.
The second Saturday of every month is when I have to check in and let them know I'm keeping my nose clean.
Okay. Well, I can help you with that. So, just let me know.
I think you want to sign my note. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
All right, if you indulge me in a little shop talk, my producer du jour, Tucker Wagner, went to Panda Express yesterday, and after the show, he went to Denny's and had the Grand Slam breakfast, and then for lunch he had like 3 Big Macs, and then he had a pizza from Domino's, and then we went out to the Windmill and had dinner last night. Had a big steak, baked potato, sautéed mushrooms, and on the way home from the Windmill, he went by the Panda Express and got a couple of big bowls of orange chicken. But he brought me a fortune cookie, so I thought I'd open it right here on the air and see what my fortune is here. So hold tight just a second. They do way too good of a job of packaging these things. Here we go. Okay. Life has become such an unbearable slog that you will long for the release that death will finally bring you. The weather looks a little iffy here come this weekend. We got a football game Friday night at Leave Off the Field of the Apple Bowl. We're going to get wet right now. There's barely a cloud to be had. There's the Wenatchee Heights camera. Beautiful morning there. A Rondo Rock camera chimes in. We're liking that. Just a few high clouds. They're not going to last very long. Looks like the low clouds and fog in the Leavenworth area is burned off, but not Lake Wenatchee. It still looks like they're socked in pretty good. Low pressure is just off the Pacific coast. It's going to start paying us a visit on Thursday night. There's the big transition is really going to be Friday. We have a good chance of rain Friday, an excellent chance of rain Friday night. The snow level will go from 5,000 to 4,000 to 3,000 to about 2,500 feet early Monday morning. They're expecting Stevens Pass to get a lot of snow this weekend. Your forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. There you go. It is now actually Wednesday. Thank you, Tucker. We appreciate that. Again, rain Friday night, pretty good dose of rain, and a pretty wet weekend, all things considered. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.